again to Brighton. I always had a feeling there are lots of great souls in this place who are sincerely seeking. And long time back I had wished that sometime I may be able to come to this place to meet them. And I'm so happy to be here. We have heard and learnt and read that we are not this body, that we are not this mind, we are not this ego or superego, but transcending all this is the spirit, is the Atma, which human beings have to seek. But even when you have not read these things, some of you, when you are born, you start feeling that there is something that we have to seek. You are not satisfied with what you have. You have a feeling of inadequacy, that you are not yet fulfilled, that you have not found your meaning. There's something much more one has to get. This feeling is very strong, and today it is much stronger than it was ever before. What are we seeking? We do not know. Actually, we have no idea what are we seeking as such, because that's an unknown thing. That is unknown to us. But we have a feeling, one definite feeling, that whatever we have is not complete, is not satisfying. It is not full with joy and bliss. We start wondering about our lives, that why are we on this earth? Why God has created us, if He exists anywhere? Or why should we have a life just like an animal's life, like coming on this earth, eating your food, and having some children, and then dying? That you are aware is itself is a big blessing. But why do you feel like that? What is the reason? Even some children feel it. Even people who are not at all introduced to any religious ideas feel it. From where does this feeling comes within us, that we have to seek something much more within us, something much deeper within us? And we feel earnestly from within a revolt with whatever we have, and we want to do something by which we reach that point. This feeling comes to us from our unconscious, from our mind which is not in our consciousness, but our spirit is conscious of us. Our unconscious is conscious of us. But you are not conscious of the spirit. For example, if you are, say, going by a train and you are watching a beautiful scene, you are conscious of the whole scene that is before you. But the scene is not conscious of you. The scene cannot see or understand or is aware that there is somebody who is conscious of our beauty. In the same way, this spirit that exists within us in our heart is conscious of us. It is guiding us. It is making us feel that there's something lacking in us. But we are not conscious of that. We are just conscious of the lacking. And this seeking is the most important thing for human beings. Without the seeking, human beings have no meaning for their existence. Say in the animal stage, you are seeking food. When you evolve out of such seekings, even in human stage, you are seeking, say, power through politics or through conquering other countries. You are seeking also money, possessions, material things, by which you think you will feel the fulfillment. But the basics of economics is that no want is satiable in general. In the sense, one want may be satiable, but in general, the want itself is never satiable, and this want is material want. So material want is not satiable. Your intellectual want is not satiable. Your physical want is not satiable. Then which is the want that is satiable? Is the spiritual want. And I must say there are so many beautiful people in this world these days. So many beautiful people. Those who have found out that these adventures and these enterprises have led people into terrible mess. And they have even lost their human feelings. They are not even human beings. If you start judging them properly, you may feel that these people are not human beings. The way they are treating each other, the way they are manifesting their own desires to gain power, money, or other things. It is so ridiculous and so absurd that it doesn't behove a human being to be like that. This realization is also very clear-cut among so many people who are born very beautifully, who hate aggression, who do not like all the ugliness of life, and they feel there should be something that should happen to us so that we all can face that beauty. All this is already there within us. If you read the literature, if you read these days many books and all that, I'm enthralled sometimes to read that, how it's ready just now. Now what is it within us? If I tell you this, you need not believe me. No, not at all. I do not want any blind faith, because your eyes are to be opened more than what they are today. So if you become blind, what's the use? You have to keep yourself open. Whatever I am saying, just you have to see if it works, if it is so or not. It's just a hypothesis, as any scientist would put before you. But the hypothesis must be seen from a very, very open angle. And the hypothesis is this, that within us resides that beautiful thing which you are seeking is the spirit in our heart, which is shown here in the picture. This is little bit bigger than actually what it is. You can see the whole figure itself is big. In this you find that in the triangular area, which is the triangular bone in our body, which is called as sacrum. Now see, even the Greeks, in the unconscious, they gave this bone the name of sacrum. Now in Greek language, sacrum means sacred. And when the body burns completely, this bone doesn't burn. It never burns. And this is the bone, sacrum bone, is the bone in which there is a power, which is our germinating power. Is the power which connects us with the divine. This is again a hypothesis. Keep yourself open to this. Now this power resides there, and they say that it is in a sleeping state. It is not yet awakened. And all these centers that are shown, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th, all of them are also placed within us in our spinal cord partly and in our brain partly. These centers manifest outside. The gross plexuses, which we know them, we see them working also, which are known to our senses. But the subtle centers which are manifesting those gross plexuses, we cannot see them. We cannot feel them. Neither we can see them manifesting. These centers are within us, these subtle centers. The evolution within us has placed it there. It exists, they are there. Now when will you see them manifesting? There is a time when you can with your own eyes see them manifesting. If you see them manifesting, then you have to believe that there is such and such power existing, something existing in the triangular bone, which is the sacrum. Because what we believe into, what we see, what we feel, whichever is felt through our senses is acceptable to us. In the same way, in our seeking, we should know that what we can see and feel, if that thing happens, then only we can accept it as the truth. Otherwise we should not. Supposing I give you a big idea about something, why should you believe me? Because whatever happens should manifest within you. It should be expressed to you in such a manner that you should be able to feel it and understand it. It's not brainwashing. Why should we accept any brainwashing in a free country? And this is what, if you understand, that you have to be fully independent and fully free to see this manifesting. Because what you have to achieve is your full freedom. We are not free at all at this moment because we are ignorant. Say this room is completely dark. I can't see anything in this room. I am not free to walk. If I walk, I tumble down because I cannot see things. If it is enlightened and if there is complete light, I have the full freedom to move whatever way I like. So in these 7 centers, we have got the manifestation of our parasympathetic nervous system, which is in the gross. Doctors understand a little bit but not much. Means the system by which we get our refueling, by which we get our balancing, by which we get our coordination. For example, now as we were coming to Brighton, if our petrol was over, we had to go to some place where we could get our fuel. But supposing there was no such place in between, we would have been stuck up. In the same way, God has made those refueling stations within us which give us energy to replace the energy that we are using every time through our sympathetic nervous system. Now the sympathetic nervous system is working within us all the time. For example, if you want to run, you can run very fast, but your heart will start breathing very fast. This is sympathetic. In emergency, you use your sympathetic nervous system. But automatically it goes back and it comes to a normal position. Now this is parasympathetic. You can make it work fast, but you cannot make it slow. Where you fail to do anything, parasympathetic comes to your help. And these are the centers which supply the parasympathetic energy to us when we are existing without our realization. But without our realization, we just exist. At the slightest point, we get upset, we get into tensions because our energies are over. We get tired, we don't know what to do. Here there's a seeking, a tremendous seeking coming. We must have something, we must have something. And there it is, you get so tired and fagged out, you don't know how to face it. There's such a gap. And this gap is to be covered. How do you cover this gap? Actually, if you think about yourself, how did you get this nose and how did you get these eyes? You'll be amazed you just got it for nothing. You did nothing about it, you just got them. When you were born, you had them there, all stuck very nicely, breathing very nicely, and talking very nicely, and seeing very nicely. All those things were just there, and they are your own. I mean, you always say, my eyes are paining. These are your eyes. They are your very own. These are your own eyes. You have not paid for it. You have done nothing about them, but they are your own. Now, who owns those eyes? Which part of you owns those eyes? This is the point we have to find out. Because we have not yet found out the owner of this being, that's why we are worried. We have to find out that owner, because that owner is you. That means you have not found out yourself, and that's why you are worried. You are lost. You don't know if you are this body. You don't know if you are this mind, or you are this ego. You don't know really what you are, and because you are lost, like a child who gets lost, you want to know who are you. And that is the finding one has to do. But for that also, as you have got yourself, your being, free, you cannot do anything. It is absolutely free. It's the grace of the nature which has given you your nose, eyes, everything, your breathing, everything, because it is so important, it is so vital that nobody can pay for it. Supposing you have to pay for your breathing, what will happen? Only the rich may breathe for a while and then they'll also collapse. Supposing you have to pay for your heart beating, what will happen? So you cannot pay for it, you cannot work for it, it is spontaneous, it is sahaja. Saha means with, ja means born. It is born with you. The way your nose, your eyes, your lips, everything is born with you. In the same way, this yoga, this right to be one with that unconscious, that divine power, that all-pervading power is born with you. It is within you. It is in your right to get it. You have to get it. It is your own. As you have a right to have the eyes and nose and everything, this is also your human right that you should get this yoga. So when it is your right, you don't pay for it. You don't pay for your don't, do you? In the same way, you do not pay for your Kundalini awakening. The first thing one must understand, you cannot pay for it, you cannot work for it. You may destroy it. You may destroy that yoga. For example, supposing a person has led a life which is not congenial to the Kundalini awakening, or may have led a life which we can say, a man who has broken his spinal cord. Then it is rather difficult. It will take time. One has to put the spinal cord in proper shape, and then you can give realization to such a person. But you cannot say that every person also will get his realization, because there are certain things, like a person from lunatic asylum comes here and he says, give me realization immediately. It is not possible. It is given to people who deserve. Now, people may say that, Mother, maybe I am not deserving. It is not for you to judge. Thousands get their realization, no problem. But as I said, supposing Hitler comes and says, give me realization, he stands here. Whatever he may try, he cannot get it. He cannot be forgiven by God. He cannot be forgiven. He has to go to hell. That's what it is meant for him. So, one must understand. For that he has created this instrument which triggers your awareness to that point where you start understanding, where you start becoming aware of it. It's an actualization. It is not just talking, brainwashing or anything. It has to happen within you. If it does not happen, it does not happen. You cannot give false certificates. It has to happen within you, because it is reality and truth. And you cannot play about with the truth. You cannot say, no, 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 it is white. If it is white, it is white. If it is not, it is not. So it should happen to all of you, and it would happen also. But truth must be accepted as it is. You cannot force on it. Like somebody came to me and said that, Mother, I have done so much, I have read so much, I have done this, I have done that. I've been to Himalayas, I've taken bath in the Ganges, I've done all sorts of things I've done, but he doesn't get realization. I said, now you are not getting it. It's like sprouting a seed. You cannot force a seed to be sprouted. It will sprout spontaneously, no doubt, but if it is capable of sprouting, then only it sprouts. But as I have told you, that thousands of people have got it, and you should also get it. Now for this, first of all, you must know that I am not a guru that way, as you think of a guru who dictates and does that, because I cannot dictate. At the most, I can tell you what is the matter, but I cannot dictate to you. Say, for example, one light which is not enlightened can enlighten another light, but the light which is enlightened cannot dictate the another light. It cannot. It can only guide and tell that this would be better. If you come this way, maybe that I may be able to enlighten you better. If you have from the other end, I cannot catch hold of your wick. So the one light can tell the another light this much. So one should not feel that there is any obligation on me. I mean, it is obligatory for me to give you realization. I cannot help it, because it is too much for me. I must distribute. I mean, I should say it is the funny situation, a paradox, that a person who has all the powers is like a capitalist, and such a person must distribute it because he is a communist. You cannot help but to distribute it. It's a thing that you can only enjoy when you distribute it, otherwise you cannot enjoy it. Now can you think of such a situation? So I have to come to Brighton, I have to go to America, I may have to go to any village, any place, just to distribute. I have to go on distributing. This is my own life, my own nature. I have to do it. So there is no obligation on me. On the contrary, it's obligation on you, but on the contrary, it's the obligation on me. Because if you do not take it, I'll have to find some other people to get it. It has to go on and on and on. Perhaps, I don't know, people have lost the value of love. They don't know what love is these days in modern times, because so many artificial things have been put in love. But actually love is something which cannot enjoy itself unless until it gives. then think of divine love. Unless and until it gives you, it is not going to be satisfied. If you are seeking something for your own satisfaction, your own spirit, unless now, in that, why should anybody feel that why you? Same question could have been asked. Now, God cannot ask everybody to do it. Supposing He has asked me to do it. So, what's the matter about it? I mean, I'm willing to do it freely, with all my patience, with all my love, with all my complete a rapport or a communication, or you can say give and take business like this. It's just the enjoyment between the two parties. It is no question of obligation, it's no question of any ego coming in between. The amount of happiness one can enjoy is the point. If you could have that attitude, I think it would help much better. For example, we had newspaper, and they came and they told me that, Mother, so they said there are so many gurus who have come here and have cheated us and this and that. I said, all right, they have cheated you, so I am here to protect you. And they have misled us. I said, all right, I'm here to accept all the things that they have done, which is wrong, and to correct and to tell you what they have done. But I said, you were also very naive to go to them. You were also very wrong to jump into them. You were really attracted by their circus. You were attracted by their artificial methods. You were attracted by their maneuvering, because they used public relations, they used all your advertising, they used all your medias to impress you, and that's how you went to them. You were naive about it. You must know that if it is from God, it has to be extremely simple, and that you cannot pay for it. Apart from payment, you cannot put in effort for it. If it is the grace, it has to come to you free, because it is your right to get that grace. You are made like this. Supposing somebody who has made this instrument with all care for ages together, from mummy bar to this stage up to this point. Now it is the entire to be connected to the mains. It is something like that. It is God Himself wants you to have it, and that's how you are going to get it. And why should you pay for God? He doesn't have to build houses or anything. Why should you? I mean, this is a very, very simple question one should understand. Because of your naiveness, because of your obstinacy, you have gone into a wrong track. Moreover, I would say one thing as a mother, that I have seen when people become frantic. If we can get this realization, if we can get that, what is our spirit is, where it resides, and which is the source of joy, knowledge, and complete awareness. The awareness feel them in the hand. And not only that, but if you try to find out about yourself, you will be able to find out which one is burning, which one is numb, which one is giving cool breeze. And that's how you will be able to find out, because now you are enlightened, because your spirit is radiating through you, because it is coming through your conscious mind. You can feel it within on your fingers. What is wrong with you? Where it is wrong? What are the centers? Now, I am here just to decode it. Of the present. Or you think of the past. In between is the present, where this Kundalini takes you and connects you with the like you can give realization to others. You can give them realization. Not only that, but you can also cure other people. You can cure other people. You can give these vibrations, these radiations to flowers. You can give them to the Mother Earth. You can give it to the, say you give it to the wheat field. The wheat yield would be at least twice what it is. The taste of the wheat would be different. It would be such a different thing. It is being now experimented in India very much in an agricultural university called as Rahuri University, and they were amazed how even the cows, Indian cows, started giving milk. Double the amount they were giving, and a better milk and a tastier milk. So for the first time we have been taking from this nature such a lot. We have been using such a lot from the nature, and we start giving back to the nature. First time a human being becomes capable of giving to the nature. It is a fantastic thing. Once it happens, it is so tremendous. You can see that supposing you have a very beautiful television and it is brought to your house, and you see it has a remote control, and suddenly you find, you open it and you are amazed that how many things are built in and have started working. And with this remote control you are changing all the stations and you are getting all beautiful pictures one after another, so clear cut, as if it is happening before you. In the same way, when your machinery starts working, you are amazed at your own beauty, at your own glory, at your own strength and power. With this realization, of course, as I told you, all the problems, physical, mental, emotional, have to go out, no doubt about it. But the greatest thing that you achieve is your fulfillment. All your I had a disciple who's written a book on me. When he came from America, I was thinking he's just going to land up in a lunatic asylum, because he was so overread and he was such a nitwit. He could not concentrate on it. And when he came to see me, what am I going to do with this mess? But he got his realization. He got his realization of respectable boy, because now he is with the foreign service and all that. Apart from that, his sister, he said, who has touched you? What a miracle. I can't believe. Now the problem is, people who get realization think back. The reason is, the Kundalini just rises because she has been waiting and waiting and waiting. All this happened to these people who were seeking, but some of them did lose it. Today only we had somebody and he told me, "Mother, I've lost my vibrations." Now he has been to some wrong type of a person. So all these mistakes that we have committed as far as our health is concerned, our habits are concerned, are inside us. They are also there. Now somebody has lost his father, say, very suddenly. He has a shock. And that shock is within you. It is absorbed. But the system has not absorbed it. It's the center that has absorbed it. And you, that insecurity within you of losing your father or mother or somebody dear one is within you. You have felt it too much, but you have not been able to express it or to say about it. And that wound is still within you. So this Kundalini comes back from there and tries to supply those parts of wounds because she's your mother. And you are the only child she has been having for all these years. She is your mother and the mother who loves you. So she goes back to all these places, to all these ditches, to all those wounds and looks after them, nourishes them, puts them right. So some of the people, those they lose the vibrations, again come back. So you don't have to worry. One thing, you don't have to worry after that. Once you have touched your realization, it is there. Today we had another gentleman who got his realization in Bombay. And I met him here. He said, "Mother, I don't know what to do. I went to some another man. I got stuck up. This happened, that happened. Have I lost my realization?" I said, "No, you haven't. Put your hands towards me." And he started getting the vibrations again. But I said, whatever mistakes you have done have to be corrected. And you start correcting it yourself. I don't have to tell you, because you get separated from yourself. You start seeing within yourself, like the same Gregor who was written this book came and told me, "Mother, I think I can see my colossal ego. Now tell me, was I Napoleon in my last life? If I was, don't tell me, I will jump in the sea." I said, "You are not. What makes you think that way?" He said, "Because I can also draw very well and I'm very egoistical. I have not seen anybody so full of ego as I am. I see it like a colossal balloon in my head." But now he's all right. Like that you start seeing those things and you start feeling them and you know how to get rid of them. It is simpler if supposing there's a spot on my body or spot on my sari, I cannot see it. But if I take it out, I can see it, and then I do not feel identified with it. I would like to wash it. In the same way, you get separated from yourself, you start seeing yourself, and you correct yourself automatically. There's a method about it, there's a technique, it's very simple, and you have to be simple people to get to Sahaja. Sahaja Yoga is not meant for any extremist type of people, those who are very, very rich people or who are riding a very high horse, or also not meant for people who are just very years. And then once they were established, now it's becoming very easy. In your Brighton only, I don't know, I have not yet counted, but there are quite a number of people who have got realization. Now I have come all the way, and I want that you also get your realization and then give others also this realization, because when you will have this light, when you start enjoying it, you would like to give it to others. Now you cannot judge this through your thinking or through your rationality, but you can go to a point and see for yourself that if I am talking of something that is beyond any limitations of the unlimited, then with this limited rationality you cannot reach there. Like a spacecraft has to enter into the space, you have to enter into the realm of thoughtless awareness, where you become one with the present. Such a beautiful world of beautiful people. Moreover, I think it is more the responsibility of you young people who are tomorrow's citizens, who are going to tomorrow's people of affairs, those who are going to become the prime ministers and the ministers and everything of this country and every country. It is the responsibility of you to seek it and find it and become that, and understand that God is a great being and we are all part and parcel of that being. You have to just get connected with Him and know that we also become that great. A drop falling into the ocean. That's what it has to happen to you. And then you will know that you become one with the desires of that ocean and just dance with the waves of that great ocean of love and compassion. May God bless you. I do not want to talk too much, and tomorrow I think I'll be able to do some more justice, because tomorrow evening I would like to meet you. I hope it is arranged by these people where I can talk to you personally, also your personal problems and all that. And tomorrow evening I will give you more elaborately all about these chakras and everything I will tell you. Nothing is going to be kept secret from you. But to bear truth, you have to come up a little. That also very, very sometimes difficult for people to bear truth. They could not bear the truth that Christ was the Son of God. So they crucified him. Imagine. 100 times he was. But they could not bear the truth. That's what is the weakness of human beings, is that they cannot bear the truth. But that's why you should not go to falsehood. Doesn't matter. Gradually you will grow your strength and you will be able to bear the truth. Not only that, but a day will come when you will be the torch bearers of truth. It is you people who are going to change this universe into a beautiful heaven. It is your own ambition in life. Many of you have this ambition. But for that one should know that you have to come up to that. You have to get enlightenment fully and understand yourself, understand your powers, understand what you are capable of and what you have to do. Everything must be exposed to you. Unless and until you are enlightened, I cannot tell you much more about it. So I hope today it will work out and you will get your enlightenment, and then tomorrow we'll talk about it more. And you settle down with it with all the seriousness. This is the greatest thing that you have to achieve, but you have to have that seriousness. Frivolous people are useless for search. People who are egoistical are also difficult. So try to understand it is neither the ego nor the fear is going to give you. It is just standing where you are going to get it, because you have the right. Only have the dignity to receive it. That's all, and you will get it. May God bless.